Hi, I'm Nick Dark. I'm an adaptability coach and meditation teacher, and during quarantine I'm putting out a meditation every day. Today I'm giving you a meditation all about the breath and how magical it is. As always, I'll read a sutra from the Radiant Sutras by Lauren Roche. I'll talk to it a little bit and I'll read it a few more times. So you can get comfortable. As this is about breathing, it would probably be nice to get yourself into a position where you can pay attention to that, but you can do whatever you like. It's your meditation. And take a deep breath to just bring yourself more fully into yourself, the moment. And I will read sutra number 41. Breathing is the flow of the divine, where the rhythms of life turn into each other. The eternal exchange. Pour one breath into the other. Out breath into the in breath, into the out breath. Awaken to equanimity, at peace in the play of opposites. So, the simplest thing, the most essential part of you in yoga, breath, prana shakti is life force. But also in this sutra, in the written Sanskrit, it refers to Vayu, which there are many, many definitions of air, wind. We'll come to that shortly. But it's asking us to bring our attention to the magic, to the power of something that we think is so simple, but is actually both incredibly complex and so simple. And how we take it so much for granted, but it is such an essential part of ourselves. It is our life force. Without breath, we do not live. You know, when people die, the expression is, he breathed his last breath. And it's asking us just to look at like all the ways that we can find majesty in breathing, in the breath. And it's simply here calling our attention to just that flow of in and out of the body. No conscious effort from you, a completely automatic process. Life filling you and feeding you and nourishing you, and your body filtering and expelling at the same time. This huge process going on without your conscious attention, just so that you can be. And how magical that the breath feeds every single cell in your body. If you think about, as you breathe in air, you breathe in oxygen to your lungs, permeates through the cell membrane walls of the lungs into the bloodstream, coursing its way right the way around the body to every part of you, absorbing and assimilating, filtering, processing, moving all the time. There's so much movement in the breath. Even when you lie or sit completely still, but you breathe, just do that and just notice how much movement there still is in the body just through breathing. It's a whole practice in itself. How to expand your lung capacity, how to use your breath to nourish you in different ways, how to draw the breath into different parts of the body and what that does for you. I mean, how magical that our breath and how we use our breath, how we breathe, has the capacity to shift us from a stress state, from our sympathetic nervous system, into our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest, our heal, our feed and breathe state, place of power and perspective and equilibrium in the body, homeostasis. And likewise, conversely, our breathing completely can shift us into a stress state, into panic, if let it, if we needed to. And in that sense, the movement of the breath is also something that you can kind of draw your attention to. Be at peace in the play of opposites. We often think of balance as stillness, but it's not. The balance of our breath is continual movement in and out. The interplay of opposites always is what creates balance. Breathing is the flow of the divine life force permeating your body in every cell, where the rhythms of life turn, into each other, taking in, absorbing, assimilating, pushing out, expressing, expelling, letting go. The eternal exchange. Pour one breath into the other. Out breath into in breath. Into out breath. Awaken to equanimity. At peace in the play of opposites. Always in balance, always in process, always being fed and nourished, always removing what's not needed, always supported, always in movement, and finding peace in that process. And I'll just read a definition that Lauren has pulled out around the Sanskrit word vayu, wind, air, breath, breathing. Because it just connects to what I said earlier about how as you breathe in, the oxygen connects through the lungs into your bloodstream, into coursing its way around your body. How's this for a visual of your breath? So one definition, the god of the wind is said to move in a shining car drawn by a pair of red and purple horses, or by several teams consisting of 99 or 100 or even 1,000 horses. So in a chariot pulled by red and purple horses, and thousands of them. So 1,000 red or purple horses pulling a shining car. What an image for the dynamic power of breath and the blood vessels that meet the air as we breathe it in. The god of breathing, the god of wind, of air, being pulled by those purple and red horses, blood vessels. The chariot of life coursing through your veins, coursing through your body. How magical. How powerful, how vivid. Breathing. Breathing is the flow of the divine, where the rhythms of life. Breathing is the rhythm of life, where the rhythms of life turn into each other. The eternal exchange. Pour one breath into the other. Pour breath. Out breath into the in breath. Out breath into the in breath. In breath into the out breath. Into the in breath. Into the out breath. Awaken. Awaken into equanimity, at peace, in the play of opposites. Breathing is the flow of the divine. So, anytime you choose to bring attention to your breathing, marvel at it, any aspect of it. Notice how and where you notice it. Coming in through the nose, feeling it, smelling it, tasting it, feeling the body expand and contract. Imagining that assimilation process, breathing in the universe, which you absorb into every part of your body. And exhaling a part of you out into the universe again. You are the universe, the constant interplay between you and everything. You are merely a certain energetic manifestation of everything. And that breath fuels that energy, that life force. You can play around with filling the body with breath. You can play around with the movement of it. You can even move your body to make the breath exit and enter the body without you having, well, you're still going to do it anyway, but you can kind of pump it without you filling the lungs in the way that you normally do. Take pleasure in simplicity. Take pleasure in something that you take for granted. That is the joy of life, to tune in to the majesty of what we are, of what we have. It's so easy to take everything for granted, to get caught up in the day-to-day, to get dissatisfied with what we have. But we are so powerful with so simple things. And in that kind of alchemy of breath, likewise for you as you go about your life, magicking something out of you, out of the breath that is you, out of your life force. Hope you guys have magical evenings.